50cc bike.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the final day of Speedweek 2024, hosted by the Southern California Timing Association, Bonneville Nationals Incorporated. Welcome all back. Appreciate you tuning in this morning. Right now, we have Oregon State Landspeed Racing Team. This is Oregon State University. Showed up on the scene at the beginning of the year, racing at El Mirage. And 50cc class motorcycle, modified, partially streamlined on fuel. And they've selected John Greenvan as their driver, running on a class record of 83.981 through mile 2 at 85.409, 2 1/4, 85.845, mile 3, 85.709. Looks to me like they've backed up their record from yesterday. Congratulations, Oregon State Landspeed Racing Team. Taking impound, guys. Great job on that. These guys seem to be winners. Every time they come out, they seem to break a record somewhere in 50cc class. They did that at El Mirage in May. And here they are at Bonneville. Really special team there of getting folks into engineering and mechanics and all things that surround engineering and design. Name's Tim Johnson, your host for the final day. Mark Nazo, our cameraman, down on the start line. Record return runs from yesterday. There's probably about a dozen vehicles in line currently. Still plenty of people in the pits. Drove down there earlier this morning, and there's definitely still people here. Whether they will run, that I am not sure.
No, we think it's hurt.
Audio check 1 2, audio check 1 2 3 4, check 1 2. There we go. And get back to starting line. There we go. Much better.
Motorcycle 1415.
It's only about 74 degrees this morning, 22% humidity. Mother Nature's being a little nicer to us so far this morning. Bike number 1415 on course now. That is Hoogerhide Honey with Leslie behind the controls. 186.362 is the current record. Through mile 2 at 182.752. 2 1/4, 186.737. She's in the area of earning that record. This is a record return run. 188.179. She's locked it in. Not sure what she ran yesterday, but you know that it was fast. Does she go to mile 4? Come on, Leslie. Whip those horses. It's 1,000 cc. A special construction on gas. Mile 4, 189.370. She's in it to win it. She really wants to bump that record. Will she go to mile 5, and is there enough engine and gear in that bike? Through the 5. 188.253. She did better at mile 4 at 189.370. Bike kind of fell off a bit after mile 4. Still, that locks in the record for Leslie. Congratulations. Take it to impound. Great job. That was Leslie Hoogerhide behind the controls of bike number 1415. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for chiming in this morning. Appreciate it. Density altitude this morning is 6,172 feet. And if I remember correctly, normal altitude here is about 5,000 feet when it's a standard day. And when I mean standard day, that's when it's 72 degrees Fahrenheit. Uh-oh. The pilots out there are scratching their heads wondering if I'm correct or not. 72 degrees, 70 degrees. Oh boy, I better go back to ground school. All right, up next, car number 348. Car number 348 off the line now on a record return run. Car number 348 through mile 2 at 162.868. 2 1/4, 173.733, beating the 173.424 record. Mile 3, 176.681. He's locked it in, shuts it down after mile 3. That is an F engine modified Grand Touring 48 240Z with T. Watanabe behind the controls. Watanabe-san. Ohio gozaimasu. On course now, sounding amazing. Going through the gears. 3553 vehicle number. That is an A, classic blown fuel altered. Team GSD with Andrew Sinclair behind the controls. Class record is 249.192. This is a record return run for car number 3553. Mile 2 at 189.702, 2 1/4, 209.651, climbing fast in speed. He's got to get to 40 miles an hour more, 40 plus miles an hour more. Through the 3 at 216.773. Keep going, smash that pedal down more. Smash it through the firewall. Come on, buddy. Let's go. Whip them horses. Mile number 4. Come on, mile 4. Let's see a 250 plus, 228.882, 228.882 through mile 4. Will he go to 4? Got a little ways to go. You got to keep going, buddy. You got to get that 250. Come on. Is there enough in that Ford? Through the 5. He was out of the power at mile 4. Man, such a bummer for car number 3553. Not quite to that 249.192 for a backup run. .911 here up front, Thumper. One of my favorite roadsters. No offense, Aaron Brown, your roadsters are amazing. This one's just a little bit more amazing. amazing in a different way. Both of them would be just as fun to drive. We had a conversation. Someone called me out yesterday on what vehicle I'd want to build, and I would say, let's back that down just a little bit and think about vehicles you'd want to drive. If you think about the 911, 911 would be a fun ride. You know, it's a 300-mile-an-hour roadster. Think about Aaron Brown's roadster. It's got a NASCAR engine in it. I mean, that's got to sound really amazing as you're going through the gears, heading down the course. Closest thing without actually driving a NASCAR. All right, I think we're going to fire up 911 here. We got Donnie behind the controls on this. They poured the whole bottle of nitro into the tank. Oh man, are my eyes burning. Woo, that smells good. First thing in the morning. 911 is a turnout. Sounds like the engine was a little rich and a little unhappy this morning. That's unfortunate. I'm sorry, 911 crew. Such a bummer. Donnie was going for a really good record. Let's go back, and I think he did 300 in that roadster. He was looking for a blue hat, I think. Let's go back and look at his previous run. Pretty sure that was a 300-mile-an-hour run. It was pretty darn close. His last run was a 297.498 through mile 3 for 911. He was going for that blue hat. I could smell the nitro on that run. I'm pretty sure he was going to get it, but the engine was not happy at the beginning of the run there and just said, no, I'm going for a break. I'm going to the bench. Yeah, so I made that mistake also, creative expression by Dion. I made that same exact mistake, I don't know, a while back. It was really interesting. I'd watched 911 over and over and over launch from the line and never recognized the front wheel shimmy. And evidently with the amount of caster that they're running on that front end, the front wheel develops a shimmy at a certain mile per hour, and then it clears out after it gets up to a certain speed. So it makes it look like I will say it over and over. No, I will not talk over the engine. Just my style, guys. Anyway, to finish the 911 conversation, the front wheels are known to do that, and I personally made the mistake on one of the El Mirage meets where I panically jumped on the radio and said loose front wheel and sent everyone into a panic for no particular reason, because I had never really noticed the front wheels doing that 911 previously. So hey, I got to learn something new. All right, on course now, bike number 1356. This is a 650cc special construction pushrod blown gas with Richard behind the controls, running on a record of 127.338. Mile 2, 102.085. 2 1/4, 99.739. I think he may have shut it down after the 2 1/4. We'll see. Maybe he had to let off the throttle and pick his nose for a second and keep back on the throttle. We'll see what happens through mile 3. Maybe a bug got on his helmet. .653. Engine seems to be falling off after 2 1/4 for bike number 1356. And it looks like it's a turnout at mile 4. Engine was good to mile 2, and then it kind of fell off after 2 1/4. So kind of a bummer for bike number 1356. Go back to your tuner, slap him on the back of the head. He went the wrong way on the needles. How many orange cones does the CTA have? That's funny. And then I guess after that too, how many cone abuses have there been through the year? That would be another fun one. A quick lesson to every one of you guys that wear a press vest. I got a bone to pick with some of you guys. You're all out there trying to get a freaking shot, and what you end up doing, you step in front of other people's cameras. Can you just be mindful for half a second of what's around you? If you can't be, don't be on the freaking front line. All right, I'm done freaking
Good morning, hurry up and
complaining.
wait.
Oh, we're doing
That guy just a second
You
ago
gotta
just kind
yell,
of
how
pissed
you
me
doing?
off.
Hey, I'm
Walks
doing
up and just
great.
steps in front of the camera.
right,
He's
so back
freaking
up, run,
clueless.
right?
I'm watching the guy on the start line. Okay, I'm done. I'm in a bad mood, I think.
Yeah, just
My
got
goodness.
really loud out here, so we'll just sign language. How about you? Maybe I can hear you yell.
We're just out here having fun.
All right, how fast you go yesterday?
How fast? I licensed up. I got up to my C license, so hopefully I get a chance to go for B license today.
You got to drive this beast?
Yes, sir.
Oh, man. Love it.
It's a kick in the pants.
Yeah, it is. Is it loose all the way down, or can you put your foot in it to start with, or what's the deal? You got to feather it?
It'll go off first gear. We don't need to push. It'll just got to ease off smooth, and once you get second gear, just start running it.
All right, and you got 5.
I got 5.
Do you?
No, I got.
It's a real manly 4-speed?
It's a 5-speed. Yeah, it's a
Okay.
5-speed.
All right, there we go.
But 5-speed, overdrive's not there, so we're just taking it into 4.
All righty. And then once again, I think I asked you, who do you got for sponsors and crew that get you out here?
Okay, Midwest Metals, the owner of the car, Fred and Renee Botman.
Fred's driving.
No, this is Frank. So
Who's
we're
in
all
there? Okay.
Yeah, we're all pit crew members, and we've been out here long enough that they let us get in the seat and get our licenses. And Frank's been here with them the longest, and he kind of maintains the car and keeps it running. And we're out here just trying to get as many laps in before they send us away.
All righty. Well, you have a safe trip home. Good luck. Go fast and be safe.
Excellent. Go fast, have fun.
All right, later. I want to see that sticker on your push truck.
Please, more coffee stat. Anyone got a prescription for that? Once again, guys, good morning everyone for tuning in. Got a little more people online currently. Appreciate all of you guys tuning in for the final day, final coverage of Speedweek 2024. Wow, okay. Hosted by Southern California Timing Association, Bonneville Nationals Incorporated. The official website is scta-bni.org. That is Southern California Timing Association, Bonneville Nationals Incorporated. Make sure to visit the website. Make sure to leave your credit card behind. Pick up a shirt, hat, patch, things that support Landspeed Racing. You know you have a friend that's a hot rod buddy that would love something cool from the SCTA merchandise trailer. Go online and pick something up now while supplies last. Come out to El Mirage. Check out the latest on the schedules, latest results, latest records. Buy a rule book if you want to get into land speed racing. Figure out what class you want to run. On course now, car number 1969, that is an A, gas altered. Midwest Metals is the entry, with Fred behind the controls. Class record is 251.117. That is car number 1969. Is this still a record return? Are we still on record return runs? 1969. That is not a record return run. That is a new run for qualifying. All right, 1969 through mile 2 at 165.377. 2 1/4, 181.751. Growing in speed quite rapidly. This is what you like to see. Doing way better than he did last time. Mile number 3, 187.136. It is growing in speed. He might get that 252 that he needs to qualify for this record. Can he get it done? Mile number 4. Come on, mile 4. Will he get there? 193.508. This is car number 1969 on course. Mile number 5. He's got a long way to go to get to 250. I don't think that Chevy has enough in it. 195.020 for car number 1969. That is a very respectable run, nonetheless, for that A gas altered Midwest Metals. Nice run. Yeah, I tend to do the same thing as well, Mike Henson. Mike Henson, sorry. Computer screen's a little far away. I try to do the same thing. It's just common courtesy. Someone else is there trying to shoot a photo, wait patiently, and then your turn will come up. That's my MO. We're all trying to do some of the same stuff and capture some of the same moments. So just because you're wearing the press badge doesn't mean you just have the right to jump in front of everybody. And I wouldn't completely discount the cell phone, quote-unquote cell phone journalism either. Really depends on the person, though. I would challenge a lot of you guys on my ability to shoot a photo with a cell phone and whether or not you can tell if it was shot by a DSLR or shot by a cell phone. It's a fun thing I like to do with folks. Depending on the shot, you can tell right away whether or not it's a cell phone. But other shots, not so much. All right, on course now, car number 4801. Maybe we should do a photo contest. That'd be fun to do with all you guys. All of you photojournalists out there. I'll have to think about that one. I think that might be fun on the off-season photo contest. All right, vehicle number 4801 on course now. That is an A blown gas competition coupe, F&B Jensen Racing with Ian Northeast behind the controls. Love to know the story behind your last name of Northeast. That's one I haven't seen. Record is 258.378 for this A blown gas competition coupe. Through mile 2 at 149.997, 2 1/4, 170.683. Mile 3, 174.783 through mile 3. Will Ian go to 4? And he shuts it down after mile 3. Car number 4801 with a top speed of 174.783 through mile 3. Nice run, sir. Good point, Auto Enthusiast Network. Good point. Oh, and we're blurred out. Sorry for the potato. Oh, the green car is a Jensen, guys. Just as a heads up. Sorry about that. That mint color car was a Jensen. Sorry I didn't mention that one, because that is a pretty unique car. If you're wondering about the year, I think it's about a 66, somewhere between 64 and 66, if I remember correctly. And those guys came all the way from the United Kingdom in that Jensen 4801. Just as a heads up on that as well, should probably mention that. They traveled a long distance to come run their awesome British hot rod sporting a 496 cubic inch Chrysler V8. On course now. Man, I was talking over some music there. 2791. That is a C Classic production vehicle with Jackalope Racing is the entry. Fast as fast can be. Nobody can catch me. All right. If anyone remembers that, then you're probably of my generation. Rec class record is 221.871. Waiting for Mike Fanning to get through mile 2. Mile 2 for vehicles 2791, 143.374, 2 1/4, 153.925. Mile 3, 156.662, running on a 221 class record. Got a long way to go to get to 220. Chute is out. Mile 3, top speed, 156.662 for vehicle number 2791, Jackalope Racing. That's correct, guys. OSU seems to be the answer at the moment. Oregon State University. They've got a land speed team right now and doing good things. I met the head of that team member, the professor driving that cause, and man, really amazing gentleman, nice guy, and is on a mission to try to bring more people into mechanical engineering and other with this land speed team. It's a memorable moment. I mean, how can you not remember being on a team, a land speed team? It's got to be, you know, a fine moment in your life to be able to do something like this. I know it may seem insignificant to some of you guys, but maybe not. On course now, sewing machine number 524. Buzzing onto course. Sorry, I can't turn the audio up loud enough to be able to hear that amazing electric motor. Not sure the class is set up here right. It says bike 524 3000 cc. That's a pretty quiet bike. Must have Cadillac mufflers or something. Looking down course a little bit, we got Catzilla back in line. All right, bike number 524 through mile 2 at 174.240. 2 1/4 at 175.193. Mile 3 at 174.650. Not bad for an electric bike. Wow, and he shut it down after mile 3 of a 174.650. Top speed was 175 at 2 1/4. All right, up next, bike number 180. This is going to be a short run for him. It looks like a almost bone stock production bike. And I guessed it right. It is a 250cc production push rod. It's a Triumph TR25W. James Dale Jr. behind the controls. Class record is 83.296. Waiting on bike 180 to get to mile 2. I think he stopped off at Starbucks for a latte before continuing on. Yes, I have fun with the small displacement bikes. Maybe too much fun. All right, through mile 2 at 72.189. This is bike number 180. This will be a short run. He will not go through the full 5 miles. Quarter mile, 2 1/4, 171.523, and I believe he'll probably shut it down after that. And that is bike number 180 running on a 83.296 record with James behind the controls of his Triumph TR25W. Temperature's climbing a little bit, currently 76 degrees. Density altitude is 6,200 feet. 22% humidity. The wind is out of the southwest, light at 2 miles an hour. Yeah. Use the hourglass. I like calendar brigade, timed with an hourglass, timed by calendar, timed by sundial. All right, bike 180 did make it to mile 3 at 71.670, and he turned out after mile 3. Right, they basically were wondering what was happening. They were going to send a long course bike, and they decided not to send a long course bike because down at the bigger end the course was not clear. So they're going to send a bike that will use only the short part of the course, and that'll be next. Aw, man. Bike number 190, Moped Dick, Travis Newbold, is a turnout. That's such a bummer. Man. It's always cool to see this guy run, and he's really serious about what he's trying to do. That was a 50cc bike, if you guys were curious. All right, next up, we're going to send a long course bike, bike number 3339. And that's Chico behind the controls of this bike. 2000cc modified production on fuel. Happy Life, No Wife Racing. Class record is 173.686. Chico's been really fighting to get to that class record. Chico's got 10 runs under his belt. This will be run number 11. His last run, he did 157 and 2 1/4. Run number 9, 159. Run number 8, 165. Run number 7, 166 at 2 1/4. 172 at mile 3 on run number 6. Run number 5, 169 at mile 5. 173 at mile 3 for his 4th run. So he's been hovering, sniffing around that record of 173. He came within a 1/10 of a mile an hour to the 173.686 class record. Can he get it today? Come on, Chico. Whip that Harley into shape. On course now, bike number 339. Heading down to the 1, heading about to head to 2. He's looking for a 173.686 or better. Chico behind the controls on this 2000cc bike. Can he get it? It's the last day of the meet. He's been tuning on that bike all week, within a 1/10 of a mile an hour of the record. Problem I see is you can get past that 68.686, but can you be consistent about getting to that, above that 686? Can you bump that record? Mile 2, 118.713, 2 1/4 at 132.313. Mile 3, he's growing in speed. By reference of previous runs, he's way behind the curve on this run. I don't think he's going to get it. Mile 3, 144.733. His previous mile 3 was a 173, just to give contrast. Not sure he'll get there. Will he get there? That's a tough one. He's got to be whipping hard on those horses right now. 157.411 through mile 4. See if he gets to the 5 mile. Looks like he shut it down after mile 4, 157.411. Ah, man. Ford is in the 300 mile an hour line because it can go 300 miles. Not sure about 300 mile an hour, but at least 300 miles before you have to start pushing it. On course now, car number 1297. That is an A Classic Gas Altered with Kyle Clark behind the controls, running on a class record of 246.063. $12.97 through mile 2 at 127.852, 2 1/4 at 130.668, mile 3 at 129.048. Did he shut it down after the 2 1/4? We'll find out in mile 4. Must be a late entry. I don't have an entry form for this guy. Well, that's kind of a bummer. 12.97. Oh well. And he turned out after mile 3, shut it down. Mile 3 speed of 129.048. Fastest was 2 1/4 at 130 for car number 1297. 911 got off the line with some really fat nitro, and unfortunately got off the push truck, and it shut down after release from the push truck for car 911. You've got this belly tanker in the foreground that's capable of 300. That is a C gas Lakester, definitely capable, that belly tanker. Catzilla might be capable. I'm not sure. I'll have to go back and look at the records for Catzilla to see. I think he was close to 2s with that ride, or at least in the 2s with that ride. On course now, car number 918. This is a J blown fuel streamliner with Brant Speranza Robinson. Oh, geez. Let me back that up for a second. Brant Speranza Robinson is the entry, and I do believe D3 is behind the controls running today. I'm not sure if he's still working on his upgrade for his license. I'm sure Scott or others in chat will chime in on that. And Scott's, Scott Hudson's in chat. Where's Scott Brandt? Looks like car number 919 is an early turnout. Thank you, Kelly, for chiming in. Appreciate it. And he is, D3 is trying for his A license. Unfortunately, guys, it is an early turnout for D3. If you love engines, the twin Arctic Cats taking off from the line and Catzilla 2 has definitely got to be music to your ears. It is for me. It's just pretty cool. That is vehicle number 1148, Catzilla, off the line. And yes, he is running 2 Arctic Cat engines. Class record is 260.690. That is a G engine gas streamliner with Jason Marsh behind the controls. Jason brings his streamliner from Wyoming. Through the 2 at 185.964. Quarter mile at 203.393. Is he trying for that 260? He's got a few miles to go. Mile 3, 209.045. Looks like it fell on its face. Let's see if it has another gear or something to get to 260 through mile 4. Through 4 at 216.873. The curve is growing a little bit, but a long way to go to get to 260 in a mile. Still a respectable run. 2 Arctic Cats sitting inside that gas streamliner. Mile 5, 220.099 for 1148. Not bad. Man, it's hard enough to get one 2-cycle engine to cooperate with you, but then you get 2 of them together. Now you got a real fun tuning conundrum. That's a real testament to engineering, tuning, patience, the whole thing on Catzilla. right, on course now, car number 664. That is a Seagas Lakesir with Ray behind the controls, running on a class record of 276.786. And I think they're going to run on the small course. That is a belly tanker that was once a P38 fuel tank, turned into a land speed racer. Sporting a small block Chevrolet, 372 cubic inch Chevrolet. And going through mile 2 at 162.271. These guys are no stranger to El Mirage. They run quite frequently at El Mirage. 2 1/4, 166.602. I think they're only going to run to the 3. I don't think they're going to go full length. We'll see. And shut down at 2 1/4, 166.602 for car number 664.
Is at about the 3.5 just off the course. Didn't quite make it to the return road. We'll attend to that because we're pushed off. Who's up next?
On course now, bike number 1945, Yasu Ishikawa-san. Ohio gozaimasu. This is a 1350cc, a partially streamlined push rod on fuel motorcycle. The Franken Knuckle is the name of this entry. Class record is 197.199 for bike 1945. Is it appropriate to scratch your head and wonder about a Japanese rider and bike number 1945? I'm going to laugh to myself on that one just as ironic humor. Some of you might or might not quite understand the reference. Okay. Through 2 at 83.953 for bike 1945. Class record is 197.199. I know he's going to cut this one short on this run.
Thanks.
I see some of you guys do understand a little bit of World War II history. I happen to thoroughly enjoy World War II history, and so I'm glad to see that others kind of understand the reference there just a little bit. All right, on course now is 4801. That is an A blown gas competition coupe. F&B Jensen is the entry. Ian Northeast behind the controls. Looking for a 258.378 class record. And yes, that is correct. Today is one of the anniversaries of the bombing of Nagasaki in 1945. A little bit of World War II history there.
Running down through the floor this time at 184 miles an hour. Shoot is out. Picking up the pace on this machine a bit. 4801. I'm sure we'll see him back for it. This is the time of the week when a lot of the racers are having their crew members make a run if they sign them up.
right, on course now, car number 348. That is an F engine modified Grand Touring 48240Z with Watanabe-san behind the controls. Class record is 173.424. And yes, Kevin, we have, or I have changed the technology from IP-based equipment to RF. So the transmitter I like to call the big transmitter came out about 7 months ago that allows a 3-mile range. It's been known to go to 6, but I haven't quite figured that out yet. I'll be experimenting with antennas and whatnot at some point. And then the smaller transmitter hit the market a week before Bonneville, and I had one on special order. I was lucky enough to get one. So yesterday I did do a couple of drives down the 2 mile, caught Speed Demon at the 2 mile. So my plan for next year is to have, I think, a base station at the 2 mile mark, place someone at the 4, and place someone at the start line. So maybe I'll get a little bit more full coverage of 4 miles of the track, 5 miles of the track. Most people don't go to the 5, so there'll be a lot of cool shots of parachute deployments and all that kind of fun stuff, which is a pretty coveted photo for, or even video for that matter, for a lot of us that like to shoot photos, to get that parachute shot. There you go. There's a little bit of planning for Speedweek 2025, looking ahead. And yes, I do believe we will be going home early. I'm looking forward to that, actually. Actually, quite honestly, the drive between Bonneville and sunny Southern California is it's very scenic until you get to Vegas, and then it's just desert and boring. So I'm going to try to do what I did last year, which was get up early before the sun. There's a couple of spots on the way to Ely from Bonneville, from Wendover to Ely, that are very, very picturesque when the sun comes up over the mountains. Oh, that's interesting. Interesting. They're old salt grains. Yeah, I can imagine why. I mean, we did a lot of crazy things in World War II, come to think of it. And, I have quite a few Japanese friends and try to be very, very sensitive of that. One of my favorite, if you have not been to the ceremonies in Hawaii for the celebration of the bombing of Oahu, you got to do it at least once. And I was there for the 75th anniversary of the bombing of Oahu. It was a very special moment. One of the ceremonies was the Blackened Canteen ceremony. And the Blackened Canteen is a water canteen that was held by a U.S. Air Corps pilot or co-pilot or crew member of a B-29. And the story is they were flying around the clouds over Japan, and they ran into a Zero. They'd had a midair with a Zero, and the handprint of that B-29 crew member was indented into that canteen. So the ceremony is having a Japanese dignitary and an American dignitary pouring some water or sake out of the canteen at the USS Arizona Memorial as part of remembrance of both crews. It's been a long time since World War II, and obviously Japan is an ally. So it's respectful to remember some of that stuff and pay tribute. And I don't know what I'm going to say from there, but basically a little bit of respect there, right? There's stuff that you just don't bring up again that probably isn't cool, right? Maybe for a learning experience. The 240Z ran 167 after 2 1/4 and shut it down. The Jensen, I believe, was 4801, and they ran 184.065 at mile 4. If I have that right. Jensen was 4801, I believe. Yeah, the Jensen was 4801. And they are sporting a big block Chrysler with Ian Northeast behind the controls. Once again, 4801, 184.065 at mile 4. That's hauling the mail for a Jensen. I don't believe they ever envisioned that vehicle ever going that fast when they designed that car. Yes, learn and never forget. This is correct. Wow, very cool old salt grains. Wow, the Seabees. Those guys were well needed and amazing people. Lots of grit. Truck number 448, serious about running at Bonneville. That Toyota pickup has never sounded better. That is a, I think, like 78 Toyota pickup sporting a small block engine. That is truck number 778. That is Angry Goat Ironworks. That is NC Fuel modified mini pickup with Michael Santiago behind the controls. Class record is 187.531. He runs pretty good in that truck, vehicle 778. Let's go back in time a little bit here and share what he ran yesterday. He ran some really impressive speeds, if I remember correctly. His third run was 160.580 on mile 3. His second run was 159. Not bad. Let's see how he's doing today. He's gone through the 2 at 153.113, 2 1/4 at 158.700, mile 3 at 159.889. Not bad for a 78 Toyota pickup. And truck number 778 shut it down after mile 3. On course now, bike number 617, a 3000cc, modified, partially streamlined on gas. That is Scott behind the controls, running on a 2:11 class record. It's going through mile 2 at 170.317, 2 1/4 at 184.845, mile 3 at 185.110, mile 4 at 167.616. Will he go? He shut it down at mile 3. It looks like at 185.110. Not bad, running a pair of GSXR engines in that 3000cc motorcycle. That's some engineering right there. And Scott comes Landspeed Racing from Alberta, Canada. Our more Canadian friends coming down from the north to come race at Bonneville.
Maroon and yellow, and it's got the engines in the back. I don't know what it's called. But I mean, it is like obnoxiously loud. It's the loudest car here. I can stand right next to it. With them sitting running. When they put I guess they're using nitro. 1-inch rake. Speed Demon's pretty loud, but it's not as bad because it's got the turbo. Cool.
On course now, bike number 1356, a 650cc
I could be over there and I could hear it coming.
modified pushrod blown gas motorcycle with Richard behind the controls, running on a 127 class record. Through mile 2 at 96.233, 2 1/4 at 93.124, going through mile 3. That is a 650 Triumph, if anyone's curious, another Canadian entry coming in from British Columbia.
The car is gone, and so is the Speed Demon.
What happened to it?
I don't know what happened to it. It didn't work right. 20 bucks for it, but it's not running anymore.
It's not running anymore?
Turbinator?
Yeah.
Turbinator's out. And,
I know that. Why couldn't they make it pass?
I don't know.
And mile 3 at 86.883. Looks like he shut it down at 2 1/4 for bike number 1356. Bike number 1209, a little angry to wake up this early in the morning, and it sounds like it finally cleared out. On course now with Stephen McPhillips behind the controls, running a class record of 133.602. It's a 1350cc modified vintage on fuel.
Aircraft carrier landing.
Bike number 12-1206. Bike number 1206 through mile 2 at 118.568. 2 1/4 at 112. Looks like he shut it down after mile 2. Unless it fell on its face. We'll see if he goes to mile 3. Stephen McPhillips comes to us from New York to run his motorcycle. It's a 1947 Harley Davidson.
Thing is cool. My dad had a green one when we were growing up. Oh, I'm totally in your shop here.
Not many cars left in line, but what's funny is I do see the Jensen frantically being towed back down the return road. That Jensen's going to try to go for another run. We're doing some turn and burn runs at this point. Definitely on his way back. That's going to be pretty cool. See the Jensen run again. And the Gran Torino that's here on the line, guys, that is a C Classic Production Torino. No stranger to Bonneville. I believe it's running a 351. What I don't know is if it's a Cleveland or... And you got the coupe in the back. That is it looks like a C gas altered, running, I think, an A engine. Got to look at the pipes coming out of that thing. That is pretty cool. Look at the pipes, upper right-hand corner of the screen, I believe. I think I'm on picture-in-picture. That's pretty freaking cool. Mark, currently it's a mixed course right now. Only course 1 is up. Course 2 has been disassembled and packed away for next year. So, Windsor correction from Michael. Okay, cool. Windsor maybe? All right, I thought the coveted engine was the Cleveland, but not the Windsor. The Trino is the Jackalope. Fast as fast can be, nobody can catch me. The Trino's Magical Beast, but the name of the team is Jackalope Racing for the Grand Trino. Car number 2791, running in classic production. are currently on course hold as the crew from the last vehicle that ran attempts to recover their bike. It seems like they may have lost radio communication of some sort, and trying to figure out what to do. And I think our course patrols and team are working to get the recovery vehicle and rider united so we can get a clear course and get back to racing. The rider, I think, may have been confused because the rider normally rides on course 1, forgetting that course 1 and course 2 are different when it comes to turning in and turning out. So, as an example, for those of you that aren't familiar, course 1, if you turn to the left, all is good. If you turn to the right, something is wrong, and emergency crew rolls immediately. On course 2, if I remember correctly, it's opposite. If you turn to the left, that rolls the rescue crew, and you turn to the right for exit. I hope I remember that correctly. Otherwise, I'm just as confused as the rider that was on the bike just recently. There's the combination I'm looking for. Good point there, Jamin. Durham. Well, here's a fun question. Is a 351 Cleveland a small block or a big block? There's a fun argument to start up for the day and get everyone all angry at each other. I guess there isn't any real argument on that net since the second generation small block Chevy went with a similar configuration on exhaust spacing. So clearing the track, Carl, we have patrols all along the course. And generally, there are several turnout points along the way where you can turn to the left and exit the course that are cleared and marked and clearly marked. And generally, you coast off the course and patrols report in on whether or not the course is clear. The tower has clear view of the course to make sure the course is clear as well, and you can run the next rider. If there happens to be parts that have fallen off the vehicle on course, obviously they send someone down course to retrieve those parts, and then run the rest of the course as an inspection run to make sure that there aren't other parts sitting on the track.
Well, we got the bug a couple of years ago to build it for Bonneville.
It's kind of a basic layout on how it's done. If you get stuck on the track, generally either a patrol can go over if they have a push car, one of the course stewards, or if your team makes it there in time to get you off the rest of the way if you don't quite coast off the track. Oh, and I'm missing an interview. Shame on me.
For crew, I've got Dave Palmer, Claude Need, Simon Need, and myself.
Alrighty, I just heard him ask for a number, so we're going to have to cut you short.
Okay.
Good luck, go fast, and be safe.
All right, thank you.
Okay, let's do it. We're ready. Let's go.
Sorry about that, guys. Didn't realize there was an interview happening there. Grr.
I'm guessing this is a live stream.
Fail on my part. All right, we're going to send the Gran Trino. Even if it's not a Gran Trino, I'm still going to call it a Gran Trino. Haha.
All right, shout out to our friends in New Zealand, Tim. Am I allowed to do shout outs?
Let's go. Here we go.
Definitely sounds good heading down course. 2791, that is a C Classic Production Jackalope Racing with Mike Fanning behind the controls, running on a 221.871 class record, sporting a 351 cubic inch Ford small block. These guys come from Montana, Livingston, Montana. Mile 2, 135.355, 2 1/4, 146.345 for car number 2791. Will he go to the 4? Mile 4 at 149.500. Excuse me. Mile 3 at 149.500. And it looks like you shut it down after the mile 3. Nice run for car number 2791. Jackalope Racing. Car number 6622, Salty Box Racing, reluctantly heading down course with McMurphy behind the controls. Class record is 246.063. Sounds like it is cleared out as it's gone down course. That is an AC gas altered. That is A classic gas altered. All right, so I just got the word. 1 more hour of qualifying. 1 more hour of qualifying. So qualifying ends at 11. We'll start record return runs after that. The final record return runs of Speedweek 2024. Car number 662 through mile 2 at 124.542. 2 1/4 at 133.493. Mile 3 at 136.859, and I believe he shut it down after mile 3 for vehicle 662. Again, if you didn't hear the first go around, in case I was muted, 1 more hour of qualifying, and then we will turn it around and start doing record return runs at that point.
good morning.
All right, guys, this is going to be the last car for us. We're going to start breaking down the live stream. So car number 1969 will be the last car. In case I did not announce it, the Jensen 4801 just went through mile 2 at 155.178. 2 1/4, 166.075. Mile 3, 169.726. Mile 4, 173.205. Exit speed of 177.739. And through mile 5 at 175.344. All right, guys, last run for us on the live stream, and we're going to tear down and start figuring out how to get home. All right, guys, we'll announce the speeds on this last run here. That's officially the last vehicle for us. Car number 1969 Midwest Metals with Frank behind the controls, running on a record of 251.117. Mile 2 at 170.086. 2 1/4. 181.051. He's looking good. Waiting on mile number 3. Mile 3 at 177.655. I think he shut it down after 2 1/4. Nice run for vehicle number 1969. All right, guys, thank you all for tuning in for Speedweek 2024, hosted by Southern California Timing Association, Bonneville Nationals Incorporated. Make sure to visit scta-bni.org, scta-bni.org, for results and information on future events. And of course, please like and subscribe on the YouTube channel and visit lsrlive.com. If you subscribe to our YouTube channel, you will receive notifications on when we're live again. lsrlive.com is the website. Easiest way to tell your friends on how to find the live feed. Thank you all for tuning in. Appreciate all the warm thank yous. Mark, please send notes to Mark on his amazing camera work. And we'll see you all at El Mirage. Until then, signing off. Have a great weekend, everybody.